Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike from 1AAuto. I hope this how-to video helps you out. And next time you need parts for your vehicle, think of 1AAuto.com. Thanks.
In this video, we're going to show you how to replace a door lock actuator on this 2003 Mercury Mountaineer. And we show you on the driver's side, but the passenger side is the same procedure. And it's the same part and similar process on these Mountaineers from 2002 to 2010, and for the same years on the Ford Explorers. And the items you'll need for this is a new door lock actuator from 1AAuto.com, flat blade screwdriver, a 6, 7, and 11mm socket and ratchet with an extension, and a T27 Torx bit. You want to make sure that your courtesy lights don't stay on, so you don't drain your battery, so just make sure you turn those off. Pry out from the bottom of this panel with a flat blade screwdriver, and then just slide the panel towards the front of the vehicle and off the door handle. Then lift up on the front of your switch panel, and then slide it forward and up, and then just push the tabs on these harnesses and disconnect them. And for this last one, you're going to want to use a flat blade screwdriver and just push in on the tab and pull it free, and your switch panel's free. Now you want to remove this 7mm bolt and these two 7mm bolts right here, and we'll just fast forward as Mike does that. Pry out this switch, and then just pry out the tab on the harness and disconnect the harness, and just feed that back through the door panel. Lift the door panel up and then pull it back, and then just push the tab on this harness to disconnect it, and your door panel's free. Remove this 6mm bolt and slide the door handle forward and pull it out. And just push this cable free, and then using a pick, unclip the lock rod, and once you've opened up the clip, just use the pick to lift the rod up and out of the clip. And now unclip the cable from inside the door handle, and your door handle's free. Peel back your water shield, and you can see Mike's using a razor blade to help separate the adhesive. Pull this cable from these clips, and then using a pick, open up this yellow clip right here. And then pull the door handle rod free. Now remove this 11mm bolt right here. And we'll just fast forward as Mike does that.
Then pull the lock assembly out and then unclip it from the hook just by turning it down and off.
Now remove these 5 T27 Torx bolts, and the two farthest from the latch actually hold in this brace. You want to make sure you remove those first, pull the brace out, and then remove the 3 closest to the latch. Now just lift your door lock actuator up until you see this yellow clip and push it off this rod. Just pull that rod free And then pull the latch and actuator assembly from the door. And just disconnect these two harnesses right here. To do that, you just push the tab and pull the harnesses free. Now to remove the actuator, you just want to pry out on these tabs on the side and then stick the flat blade screwdriver underneath the center of the actuator and twist it to release the clip under there, and then just slide the actuator off those rails.
Okay, so you've got this tab here, they go into these slots respectively, and then you just have to make sure this goes into the activating arm. So kind of line it up, push it down, make sure that's going into the arm, and then push it on the rest of the way.
Then put your door lock back up in place.
Replace and tighten up that 11mm nut. Now reconnect those harnesses to your actuator. Then push that rod back into the yellow clip and reclip it. And then feed the actuator back down into the door. Reclip this lock rod back into the lock bezel. And then line up the latch and replace those 3 T27 bolts. We'll fast forward as Mike replaces those and tightens them up.
I put the window channel back into place, and you can see the larger bracket goes to the top of the door. Line it up, put the bolts back in place, and tighten them up.
Push the handle rod back into this yellow clip, and then close the clip, and then reclip the cable back into these clips. Make sure if you disconnected this harness that you push it back into place. And once everything's clipped, push the cable back through the water shield and push your water shield back into place. Take your new door handle, clip the cable back inside the handle, and then reclip it to the lock rod. And the easiest way to do this is just open that clip up, pull the lock rod in with the pick, and just set it into the clip.
Then once you have it in place, push it down into the clip with your finger, and then close the clip back up.
Push that cable in, and then push your door handle in and slide it back. And then just replace that 6mm bolt and tighten it up. To replace your door panel, just reconnect this harness and make sure you push the harness for your mirror switch through, and then push the door panel into place and slide it down. And we'll fast forward as Mike replaces those 3 7mm bolts and tightens them up. reconnect this switch and push it back into place. And then reconnect your switch panel. And slide the back end first, and then push the front end down. Then slide this panel back over the door handle and push those tabs back into place, and then push in the front. And you're all set.
We hope this video helps you out. Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free, 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.